Kirk Collimore here. This is the 25th day of the general session. We're a little past hump day. It's been an exciting week, lots of good committee work this week. In the Senate Judiciary Committee, we heard a bill on residential treatment programs for youth. Paris Hilton kind of started this last year when she came out about some of the experiences she had at Provo Canyon School. And then a friend of mine who actually grew up in our Senate district called me and told me about some of his experiences too. And so this issue became kind of near and dear to me. And Senator McKill ran the bill. I worked with him, and my friend actually got to testify at the hearing with Paris Hilton. And that bill has passed out of the committee. It's passed on second reading in the Senate. And so I think it's making good progress towards addressing some of the abuses that have happened at these youth treatment programs. The request for appropriations in subcommittees is wrapping up. Now the Executive Appropriations Committee, which I'm on, will go to work and looking at all the lists that have been approved and reviewed by the sub-appropriation committees. One of the appropriations that I was asked if I would run was on behalf of Sundance. This is an appropriation that happens every year because of the good work that Sundance has done with the state and the tourism and the awareness it brings to our state. And so this is a usual appropriation that's happened every year. I've been getting some emails about some concern about that because Sundance, apparently last year, one of the films that was that they promoted or at least was used on their platform had some elements of potential child pornography or something like that. And so I want to assure everybody that one, I wasn't aware of that, but two, that I appreciate the emails because that will give me something to address this with in leadership and executive appropriations so that we can go back to Sundance and express our concerns that if the state is going to endorse them, that these types of things need to be addressed. I've presented a few bills on the floor this week. Most of them have been where I've been the floor sponsor, so they're House bills. One of those was to bring the United States Space Force into Utah code. So last year, or in 2019, federal code authorized the United States Space Force. And so we just need to update our code to recognize that so that we could be entitled to potential federal funds that may come to the Space Force and give us opportunities potentially at Hill Air Force Base or others to get those federal funds to help in that program. There was also another bill that I was the floor sponsor for that dealt with healthcare consumer protections. We've all been to doctor's offices or seen signs where they say we accept all insurance, when in fact what they mean is we'll take your insurance or whatever they'll pay us, but that they don't necessarily cooperate with that insurance program. So we're just saying that if a healthcare provider knowingly and intentionally misrepresents that they take your healthcare insurance and then it turns out they don't and now you're liable, that is a deceptive practice under the Utah Consumer Practice Act. So I think that's a good common sense bill. It got widespread support and obviously helps all of us in making our healthcare decisions. So I appreciate your emails. They really do make a difference, and like the Sundance RFA, it gives me a platform to go and talk about the concerns in the community, and we'll keep going at it. Hope you all have a good President's Day weekend, and we'll see you next week.